I recently found an indicator that single-handedly gave insanely accurate trades with more than 75% win rate and easy risk to reward ratio of 1 to 1.5 on every trade without depending on anything else. But when we add another indicator on top of it, and if we do that, we can easily get a win rate of 85% with the same risk to reward ratio of 1 to 1.5. So without wasting any time, let us go to tradingview.com and set up the chart. Now, before we add the indicators, let me tell you that this strategy works the best on 5-minute time frames, and I have backtested this mostly on 5-minute time frame, and I have got insane results. But you can also use this on 15 minutes or 1-minute time frame, but that depends on how the strategy works for you. So I will suggest to use it on 5-minute time frame only. And apart from that, the currency pairs or the assets that you are going to use for this are the assets which are not very volatile, because while backtesting I have found out that it does not work well on the assets which are very, very volatile. So let us now add the indicators and try to understand the strategy. So the first indicator that we are going to need is the Madrid moving average ribbon. And to add it, just search for Madrid moving average ribbon and select this one by Madrid. Okay, so now we have added this indicator to our chart, and let us first understand what does this indicator do. Now this indicator combines different moving averages and it places it on the chart such that it looks like a ribbon, and this in turn tells us the trend of the market. For example, when all the ribbons are red, that means that we are in a downtrending market. When all the ribbons are green, that means that we are in an uptrending market. Now apart from this, it also tells us about the strength of a trend. Like when we see that the moving averages in this indicator are too far apart from each other, the further they are from each other, the stronger the trend is. Like here you can see the moving averages were further apart from each other and we were in a strong downtrending market. But then when it got close, we got a pullback. Then again, when it were further apart, we were in a downtrend. So this is how this moving average tells us about the direction of the trend. Now, this single indicator won't be enough for us. So we are going to add another indicator, and that indicator is called as Madrid MA ribbon bar version 2. So just select this and add it to your chart. Now, this indicator now does the same thing, that is to tell us about the trend of the market, but this should always be used with the above indicator. Okay, so when this indicator show that all the boxes are red, that means we are in a downtrend. When all the boxes are green, that means we are in an uptrend. Like here, the boxes started to turn green and the price gave a pullback, and here the boxes turned to red and the price moved down. Okay, so now we have added all the indicators that we are going to need. Now let us understand what we are going to do in this strategy. Okay, so we already know that this indicator tells us about the trend of the market, right? That is, here all the lines, all the moving averages are red, and so the price is moving down. But we are not just going to use it to trade a breakout or a reversal. What we are going to do here is we are going to take pullback entries on it. Like I told you, when the ribbons get very close to each other, or the moving averages when they get very close to each other, the price gives us a pullback if it is in a strong trend. But many times it will also move above it. So trading pullback means that we will wait after we confirm the trend. Like here, the market was bearish and we confirmed the trend. Okay, so here the market was bearish and this confirmed the trend that we are in a bearish market. But then the price started to move up and the ribbons or the moving averages also started to turn green until it reached till this point, from where we got a pullback and the price moved down. So what we are going to do is we are going to use this pullbacks to take trades, right? We are going to use this pullbacks to take trades. Now let us see how are we going to do that. There are 3 steps for it. The first step is we want the price to be as close to the last ribbon band or the last main moving average possible. The price should be as close to that as possible. Like here, we knew that the price is moving down and we are in a bear market. But here the ribbons turned green, and it was green and green and green, and the price was near the last moving average. So this was our first step, that is to find if the price is near this moving average. And when it got near the moving average, the second step is to find when all of these ribbons or the moving averages turn red. For a sell entry, we will need all of this to turn red. Like if we zoom in a little bit on this chart, at this point, we got a confirmation that yes, now all of the ribbons or the moving averages are red, right? So after that, the third step is to confirm this thing with this indicator and see all of the boxes here are red or not. And when we get that confirmation, that is when we place a sell entry. So we will enter a sell trade here, keep the stop loss above the previous high, and our take profit will be 1.5 times of the stop loss, which will be somewhere near here. And you can see how the price moved down and we got a nice trade. Now again, if we see over here, initially the price was in a downtrend, right? The first thing that we do is we see and check if the prices move toward this moving average line. That is the last line of the ribbon band. So here the price moved there, but still we do not have all the moving averages of same color. Like here, some are of green and some are of red. So the second step is to check and see when this turns into red. Like at this point, if I zoom in a little bit, here it turned red, right? The next confirmation, we check over here, we move here and see if all the boxes are red. So all the three steps are done. Now we enter a sell trade. After this candle is finished, our stop loss will be above the moving average or above the previous high, and take profit will be 1.5 times. And if we just check what happened, this trade went in profit as well. Now let us go and try to place a buy trade using this strategy. If we look over here in this chart, which is Euro US dollar 5-minute chart, we have a strong uptrend, right? All the bands are green and the boxes are green too. So what the first step is to let the price move toward this band, the last band of, or the last moving average of this ribbon. So let us see if it moves near that. Right now it moved till that band, and now we can see that not all the moving averages are green. Now the next step is to see if all the boxes over here are green or not. So if we see and check here, all the boxes are green. That means we have all the three steps, all the three confirmation. So we will enter a long trade after this candle is finished. Our stop loss will be just below this, and our take profit will be 1.5 times. Now let us see what happens with this trade. And if we see what happens with this trade went in profit. Like here, this trade took our take profit.